I genuinely just have an issue. Duh. I genuinely have an issue where I feel the need to like intellectualize everything. It's quite ironic considering like the nature of my channel. I don't do it on purpose. It's more so like I have to find clarity and reason within everything. Like nothing can just be. As much as I like to preach to myself about it, like every day I'm always telling myself like you should just let things be. My upper lip hurts because I've been like chewing on it because I took something, wink wonk, like 2 days ago, where I was like chewing on my lips and shit. So it kind of hurts now, even though I had gum. Yeah, like I just feel this weird sense of like I feel the need to almost like what's the word? Like I just need to find clarity with everything. And I don't really know if that's like specifically an autistic thing or it's because I'm manic. I think it's a mix of both. Oh my gosh, especially when I've like had like a manic episode, like I just constantly have to find the reasonings for everything, like why everything has happened to me. And it's like, dude, like it's so annoying because it's like having someone in your head constantly talking to you. That's the best way I could describe it. Like someone constantly giving you ideas and talking. Like it makes me wonder how people with schizophrenia honestly handle that shit, because I've heard how their condition works. I've seen videos on like simulations for schizophrenia, and I'm always like, whoa, I would lose my fucking mind. Like I would get overstimulated. I get overstimulated by myself. Like again, I make these videos to like talk to myself and I guess like, talk to you guys now about the things that go on through my head, because recently with things happening to me, like so many like I don't know, just so many stuff happening to me that warrant so many different ideas and responses, if that makes sense. Like for example, with like my friend, the common friend that you guys have been hearing about, for example, with him, when certain things happen or when certain things did happen, I'd always ask myself like, okay, why did they do this? Or any friend in general, like I've had this before, like, oh, why did they do this? Oh, they must have done that because of this one thing I did. Like I'll be like crashing out talking to myself, trying to like come to the conclusion, like come to the right answer. But what stops me in my tracks is like I will never know what's going on in his head, in their head, in anyone's head. So it doesn't really make sense to keep asking yourself these questions like, oh, what would I have done in that position? Because I often find myself, actually no, I'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, like I'm always asking myself like questions and ideas and all these words and shit about how I can better the situation, even though I know ultimately it's no longer in my control, like it's no longer in my hands. So knowing that, it just gives me like a lot more anxiety than I already have. Great. Like it just makes me wonder, like, man, I wonder, like it just makes me wonder, like, when will the, like, sometimes I think to myself, when will the voices stop? The voices, like, when will like the constant like bickering stop? It's like that's literally for me how like social anxiety works, or how anxiety works in general. It's like you have one situation happen, a problem happen, you need to find a solution, and instead of healthily finding different solutions geared to myself, I'm constantly unhealthily thinking about how the other person is going to take, or how the other person took what I said. Like instead of asking myself, okay, how do I feel? How does Mawa feel? How does Mawa want to feel after this? How does Mawa want to feel once she's come to a solution? If that makes sense. Like it needs to be more me-centered, but I'm constantly thinking about what the other person could possibly be thinking, or what they could, like what conclusions they came to warrant the response they gave me. So I'm always asking, oh, what could I have done, differently? I wonder what it was that triggered them to this point. Like that's how I end up thinking, and it's just unnecessary, because you will genuinely never know what's going on in someone's head. Like I honestly think, and this is me with my tinfoil hat on, I honestly think that like I'm in my head, in my world, I'm the only person who exists. Like I'm the only real person, because I am the only real person. I'm the only real sentient human in my life, technically speaking, because I don't really know like all the like complexities. I guess it's a feeling of like Sonder, like all the complexities of other people's lives, how everyone else is living. It's like those are technically concepts that I came up with. Like they're telling them to me, but this could be like a whole Truman Show thing. And I think I saw someone online make a perfect analogy, and I actually came up with this analogy myself like some years ago, where it's like, think of like story characters in a book. They all think that they're really complex, right? Like they all think that they're really complex. All the characters, they don't see themselves as characters. They see themselves as people in their world. But we, as like the outside, like we see it as just a story. Like we know it's just a story, but they don't. They think it's their real world. So we know what's about to happen. They don't really know what's about to happen. Is this kind of making sense? But again, as the third person viewer, it's like, we know, okay, this is a story, these are made up characters, but in their world, they think this is real. So as we're reading the pages in this book, at the same time as we're reading them about all their stories and everything, it's like, we are also giving them value and an identity, you know? Does that make sense? So if we like convert that to the real world, it's like, imagine this is like, life is just one big book. For you, whoever's watching, you probably think that like you're the main character, like, because you are the main character in your own life, not in a grind set type of not in a grind set type of way, but like, technically speaking, you only know your thoughts, you only know what's going on with you completely. No one else can tell you. Actually, I probably could, like, I know everything, obviously, but for me, it's like, I think I came to this realization when I was like 15, 14. I was like, oh, what if I'm not real? Like, people like to flip it and be like, what if I'm not real? But then it's like, what if you're not real? I'm kind of going off on a tangent. All of this to say that, like, I need to stop thinking about things so much, which is so difficult for someone who thinks all the time. Like, and it's not even on purpose, because I know that kind of comes off as a bit like big-headed, but it's not even that. It's just like, I genuinely, if I had like an on and off switch, I would switch it off, because there are so many situations that I'm over. Like, I know within myself, my soul is over it, but like, bro, we're back. It's like, I know I'm over it genuinely, but my brain doesn't. Like, I've started to separate the soul and the brain. Like, my soul is saying, oh, I got a notification from job today. Oh yeah, guys, I got a job interview. I'm not going to disclose where, obviously, but I'm a barista again, and I'm going to be making empanadas. Like, come on. So yeah, what was I saying? I got so distracted by that notification. What was I saying? Let me think. Oh yeah, so I will be over a situation completely. Like, my soul is settled, but my brain isn't. So again, as I said, I've started now to like separate the brain and the soul, because I used to kind of think they were conjoined, but over the couple years, like 2-3 years, I've now known they're completely not. Like, I now like to think of my brain as computers. I think years ago, I don't know if it was a TED talk or a book I read, but some psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever, they were saying how the brain isn't really built to store intellectual thought. It's there mainly to generate thought. That's where what's it called? What's it called? Intrusive thoughts. Yeah, when people have intrusive thoughts about really, really bad things, that's why you shouldn't really feel bad for them, because they are intrusive. Most of your thoughts are intrusive. Like, I don't know the percentages. I'm gonna spitball and say like 80 to 90% of your thoughts are intrusive, because your brain is a computer. Your soul is you, like the you that, like, your personality, your character, everything that makes you you, that's all in your soul. That's all in your soul, not your brain. You're not an AI, you're not a robot, you know, you're not. So like, why would you go based off of everything that's happening in your brain? Because it's just simply there to generate thought. That's why you shouldn't really deep the intrusive thoughts that you're having. And it's why when certain situations happen and they pass, you should probably just leave it there and take things at face value. Like, you just need to just leave it there in the dust. That's the easiest thing to do. There's nothing else you really can do, especially when it comes to other people, because then what you're doing when you're like constantly thinking about the situations that have happened with other people, it's like you're now projecting your soul and yourself into that person. So now all the decisions, you're like, oh, maybe he likes me, or oh, maybe I got this job, or oh, maybe the interview didn't like me, all these thoughts. Is that a spider? All these thoughts that you're having about other things that are external to you, you're kind of now projecting your own soul into it. So it's no longer even about that person. Like, that's the craziest bit. It's no longer even about that person, because now you've made a whole new world about it. That's why I say, when situations happen, let them come up and let them come down. Like, just let it happen as much as you can help it, because it's not going to be easy at first, because you're going against your brain, I guess. I don't know. It's not going to be easy, because you do just want to think about stuff. Like, that's a very normal human thing to want to do. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy, but you do need to work on it, because if you don't, it will swallow you up. Because that's the thing with these type of situations that I lead myself into. When I was in a really, really, really bad place, like I literally thought I was gonna, you know, I kept constantly having, like, when I was in that position, that was the first time, or one of the first times in my life, where I genuinely felt like my brain was being taken over by other people. Not in a schizophrenic way, but more so in like I'm thinking about other people too much type of way. Like, I'm not really thinking about myself too much. Does that make sense? So knowing all of that, like, I learned my lesson. I'm like, you know what, when I'm going through something, I need to, I can not internalize it. I can think of it from my perspective, but I should only be thinking of it from my perspective. Because if you try and like reason from anyone else's perspective, it's no longer them, it's you. This is that the thing in your head, the person you're arguing with in your head, is no longer that person. This is now their projection of them in your brain. This is your version of them in your brain. And you should also think about that from your perspective. So if someone's chatting shit about you, whatever, chat shit, get banged. If someone's chatting shit about you, yeah, you also need to understand, don't try and reason with them in a way where it's like, okay, let's talk it out. Like, don't even do that, because it's like, you're not even arguing with them. Sorry, they're not even arguing with you. They don't even not like you. They just don't like the figment of you that's in their imagination. That's what you need to understand. There's a projection of you in their brain. There's a version of you in their brain that they are arguing with, that they don't like. So the minute you start to notice that, you need to clock out, because now they're not talking to you. They're not talking with you. Do you get it? Like, it doesn't really make sense to talk to someone who has a completely warped perception of you. I know who I am. I know exactly who I am. I've said some crazy shit before, but I don't really take it to heart when someone has their own views on me, because I think to myself, they don't even dislike me. They just don't like the person in their head that they think is me. So that's when I immediately just clock out. But when it comes to the flip side and I'm thinking about them, I also need to remember that, like, I be forgetting, like, my memory is so bad, especially when I'm like having a manic episode or I'm going through something emotionally, like my brain just fucking switches off. So, and it's so bad. Oh my gosh, like, it's actually made me miss so many opportunities and just things in general. Like, it's so bad. I wonder if anyone else has to constantly remind themselves of these type of things, because it's actually very exhausting. Like, constant reminding myself of things that I already know. Like, I have to constantly remind myself. I mean, it's gotten easier over the years, but I've got to constantly remind myself of Occam's razor, which states that the simplest solution is probably the correct one. So, you know, you're probably like brainstorming so many thoughts about certain situations when it's like, there is a very simple answer in front of you. Like, I think I've spoken about it before. I used the same example, very, very simple example. If your friend and you are talking and they suddenly stop talking to you and they seem a bit rude to you, the easiest solution that you can, the easiest outcome or the easiest answer for that is, they probably don't want to talk to me. Plain and simple. They probably don't want to talk to you. They're probably mad at you. Just leave it. Instead of, oh, this, oh, that. Like, you're probably like, a million thoughts are going through your mind trying to like fix it or understand what's going on, but you can't understand anything. You can't understand anything. You can't understand anything. Nothing is understandable in this world. Like, you need to understand that. Stop trying to rationalize things that don't make sense. That's what this world is built upon in all types of subjects: maths, English, history, politics. All humans in every sect, every subject, they're constantly trying to make sense of things that objectively don't make sense. Do not try and make sense of anything. You will drive yourself crazy trying to make sense of things that are built to not make sense. That is it. That's why you need to just take things on the chin. Literally just take things as they are. That's the easiest thing. It will leave you just like not overthinking or losing your mind going crazy. Like, it's not, I don't know. So I feel like we're all, especially women, I feel like women especially are taught from some young age to just like think of the most nefarious, like, fucking outcome when it probably is just the simplest one. It's just we don't like that answer. So I just want to talk about that because I just feel like just constantly trying to make sense of things, and it's just frustrating because even if you make sense of the thing, then what? The problem is probably still there. Like, bruh.